So I just got done watching King-Ohger episode 35, Don't Cry, Slack-Jaw Tanuki, and this was a fantastic episode. It didn't rely on Megazord fights or more sequence where they were doing cool fighting maneuvers and stuff like that and cool fight choreography. This was pure character driven through the episode, and the episode focused around Yanma and his assistant Shirokara. And I gotta say, Yanma has been one of my favourite characters in this show as it's been going on. I like Dabowski, I like Rita, I like Himino, I like all the main characters in King-Ohger. But Yanma has been the character that carries it for me. And he definitely sold me way back in episode 17, I think it was, when he fought against Daigorg and we had that really cool Ghira's alive moment. But this episode solidifies Yanma as being a great character, as even though he's lost everything, he's lost his kingdom, he's lost his people, but he was willing to sacrifice the one thing he used to build up his kingdom to save someone who was very important to him. And that's what I really liked about this episode, where you didn't have the bad guys defeating the villain, which was where I thought it would be going in this episode. I thought that each of the next couple of episodes of King-Ohger are going to be our heroes liberating their kingdoms, liberating their countries and taking them back. But this episode didn't get that happy ending. It got more of a somber ending. And it's an ending that I really liked because it didn't end with Toga Bitch, whatever her name is, Bug Bitch, I'll call her that, Hililu, I think her name is. It didn't end with her getting defeated, which is where I thought the episode would be going. It ended with our heroes walking away in the end, but walking away with each other. And that's something I really liked about this episode, because like I said, I thought we'd get the next couple of episodes of our heroes taking back the countries. We might get that with some characters here and there, but this episode, it didn't end on a happy ending for our heroes. Like I said, it ended on a somber ending, but Yanma is willing to build his country up from the bottom and start from 0 to get it back up to 100. And that's one moment that I really liked about this episode, where you had Shirokara, he kept electrifying himself with the truth detector, and it looked like he was about to die because he was ordered to break the laptop and he refused to break the laptop because he may be stupid, but he's got guts and he doesn't want to break the laptop. So just before he takes the final electricity blast, Yanma cuts the laptop in half, and this laptop that Yanma's had throughout the show, this is the master computer, and the master computer was what he used to build the country up from ground zero, from the bottom, and he sliced it in half to save his friend, and that laptop is sort of what he used to build the country up. So he cut that in half. His country looks like it's in ruins from a distant shot, as you see nothing but rubble. But like I said, he's willing to start from the bottom to make sure that his friend's okay and build it back up again, which was a nice little ending. So let's sort of jump all over the place with this episode. So like I said, this episode was focusing on Yanma getting his country back, and last week's cliffhanger was Draculus is alive, and we don't really get an answer to that because Ghira was ready to fight him, but Jeremy was quick to pull him out because Jeremy does saying, hey, you're the key to all of this, you're the big boss, you're the storyteller, if we lose you, then we're done for. And I can understand that. So with Draculus being alive, there was a bit of discussion in my last week's review where, no doubt about it, Draculus is going to sort of probably pull the rug out from Debug in the end, or Dubug, and he'll probably be the final boss in the end, which I can actually see happening because Draculus is only thinking about himself, so no doubt about it, Draculus is going to probably be the final boss, and he'll probably become the king of the galaxy in like the big finale. So that's like what a lot of people are predicting, and I can actually see that happening. Now, in this episode, we kind of almost got a flashback to see what happened to all the countries and all the kingdoms when that happened, but we don't really get a full answer on that because Duga never gets to finish his story because Yanma comes in and has a comedic moment where he got beat up because his people are being controlled because they all wear headphones, and because they wear headphones, the whispers of Hilly Bell, whatever her name is is able to control people. So that's how she was able to take over the country. Now, there's another really fun moment in this episode where Dabowski seems like he's about to get controlled, but Dabowski is Dabowski, and because he, like, backstabs people and does things his own way, there's this moment where I was thinking, oh, he's definitely going to be faking it, and he was faking it. Like, you have Dabowski carrying her on his shoulders, and he just, like, tomb slams her on the ground, like, drops her down, which was really great to see. Like, that was, like, probably one of my other favorite moments in this episode, where you had Dabowski sort of doing that turn in the end. But like I said, this episode didn't rely heavily on more sequences and fights. We had that one scene that I mentioned earlier where everyone transformed, but then there was no mech fight in this episode, no monster of the week. It was pure storytelling, and one of the stories that get focused on is Yanma and Shirahara's past, which their past is really interesting to see how they all met back in the day. So we soon find out that Shirokara used to be in a gang, and he eventually had a run-in with Yanma because Shirokara was making fake money. And I do like the attention to detail that all of, like, Yanma's lackeys, including Shirokara, were in that gang that they were running in back in the day, and eventually they all got together and they formed that, like, broship of alliance, that gang, which is really cool to see. So Yanma gets caught up in the gang because, like, counterfeit money, and Yanma don't give a fuck. He makes this really cool speech where he's so badass, he doesn't care, because he says, whatever you do to me, I'll just keep going, I'll keep building myself back up, because even if you do break my laptop, even if you do break my tech, all the memory is up here, which was, I tapped my head like I was on camera, but I'm not on camera, but that's what he did if you watch the episode. But like I said, Yanma makes this really cool speech, and Shirokara ends up admiring him and thinks he's a really cool guy, and he turns on the boss that he works under, and eventually he admires, like, Yanma some more and says, I want to work under you and help you out. So we have that really cool moment with the characters in the end, and that sort of led into, like, the final moments of the episode where Yanma breaks the laptop. So in this episode was, like, a lot of fun as well. Like I said, a good character-driven moment. There was some other things with other characters going on, like Himino somehow has sort of, like, saved her country already because she's just chilling there. Rita's doing their thing as well, as they're slowly taking back the prisoners because it's become so lawless. So we've got that going on. But yeah, like, this episode was fantastic. Yanma's, like, one of my favorite characters in the show, and this was a great character moment for him moving forward. And I feel like we've only, like, a couple of episodes left of King-Ohger, which is sad to say. Like, it's going to be a couple of weeks, but it feels like this show is going to be over before you know it, because we're already in the late 30s for the show, or mid-30s for this show. It's going to be sad because we're probably going to have, like, one big Yanma focus episode, and then the show's going to end. But this episode was great. I really liked the ending, how it ended on that note where Shirahara was crying, and Yanma did say, like I've said like 5 times in this review, they're just going to build the ground back up. So I enjoyed this episode that it didn't have a happy ending. It didn't have a win-win. It ended with our heroes walking away with a loss. So I do wonder, how is it going to end for the other kings and rulers of the Sentai team? I get the feeling that we're going to build up towards Gira taking back his country, but I am curious to see how the other characters are going to take back their countries moving forward. But this was a fantastic episode of King-Ohger. Once again, King-Ohger is killing it, and I freaking love this show. So with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.